Hello. So we're gonna pick a card or pick a pile. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get some stuff from the. Hold on a sec. We're gonna get some energy from the Astrology Oracle bucket, and so we'll just get a message from the astrology energy, and then these will be actually just supportive, like to let you know that this message has something for you. If something significant would be in the information contained in this pile. And I'll show you what it is in a minute. But there's a song in each pile, there's some words, and then there's some photos. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's get started. 3, 2. Okay. Pile 1, we'll do these in a moment. We're going to start off with a little astrology story. Okay, there may be some tensions, a need to find balance between two energies. This could have to do with air energy, so communication. It could have to do with opposition to an air sign. You could be an air sign. Could be your birthday. It's kind of like a fresh cycle, a rebirth. It's not your birthday, definitely a rebirth. There's some sort of restriction or responsibility being activated for you right now. There may be some pressure around the structures that you've built. They may need to be updated. Some of the structures may have even crumbled for you to update. There's 3 days is significant. Something's happened within 3 days. There's something new sprouted within 3 days. It's very fresh, something very fresh that you're trying to have the structure to build on. 3 weeks, and this is 5 days, so a lot of short-term changes perhaps going on. There's Gemini, more about communication, and an air sign, seeing both sides of a thing. You're maybe seeing something from a different side that you hadn't seen before. Thing that is going to allow you to grow. You're growing. It's growth within yourself that's happening. We got 4 to 5 months. So there's an ongoing change going on here. It could affect your career. There's probably something surprising. It could be some sort of unrequited love situation or blind desire you'll be surprised about when you communicate about it. Maybe it's like a sprout of something new has been born, where there was unrequited love before. There's a sprout of fire there now. There's a flame being fanned through this tension, this need to balance something out. I have to look up Thetis, actually, because I need to know the meaning. She's from the mythology. For some reason, some of them I just can't remember, no matter how many times I learn them. Yeah, I've looked this one up before recently. It's right here in my search. The personification of calm waters, providing a peaceful sea. She's the center of peace and calm. Even in the midst of changing forms, she's the goddess who enjoys life's pleasures. Something about embodying that peaceful calm and using that in this difficult situation, where there's an opposition that requires communication and balance and a rebirth. It's a karmic rebirth. It's time for this to be reborn. There's something new and fresh about it. May feel so important, like you may feel driven towards communicating something, a love, a desire, an infidelity that someone else that you witnessed. Something like that. Interesting. Okay. So just some additional messages that would let you know that this had something significant for you. We've got the song All You Need Is Love by the Beatles. So if you heard that on the radio recently, or that's a significant song to you, or maybe it's a message to you if you want to look up the lyrics. Some significant words to this situation: hermit, bugs. Bugs is outside interference. The member, and astrology. So this is actually saying the astrology is very important in this right now. There is some sort of outside influence. And if all you need is love, it's the influence is probably not loving or something. There's something karmic. Maybe somebody is trying to deter you away from your love. Yeah, very possible. With this mythology of Clytia. Take a look at Clytia if it speaks to you, but you've got astrology here as a significant thing. We just talked about the astrology. And the most significant thing about your astrology I see is that, there's something karmic in the structure of the way you do something when it comes to communication. Then it's has to do with your career or doing it publicly, or your social standing or your reputation. And there's something surprising over here with Clytia and communication, and Clytia is blind desire. So, oh, could be significant to you if it brings up any. Maybe you have a photo like that, or it's like this rebirth we got. It's birthday and then rebirth. It's like kind of like you're tender-footed. You're walking on ground that is so tender. You're walking with feet that have not walked yet. It's just real tender. This new flourishing. Oh wow. Yeah, two cats here. So, and another foot. Look at that. This cat is playing with the foot. Cats are like taking playful steps, walking forward fearlessly. Watching you. Maybe this looks like a cat that you love. Wrong way. And then we've got this basket of party beads. Are those significant to you in some way? Cats are very independent. Um, they're also very good at deterring the energy that's kind of interfering with you. You got Hermit, so taking some time to yourself to be with you in this tender state. Like, see, this hermit has all their beads with them still. They're just keeping them to themselves for now. I mean, sure, later there may be time to go out and spread all that around. But for now, there's kind of like a pause, it seems. Well, something is processed. This new seed is nourished in a way. I think it's a new seed of seeing somebody in a different way. It's either somebody that you didn't love, or somebody that's messing with your true love, or something like that. Okay. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2. Is out of the view here. Okay. This is calm, peaceful. I just got this in the last one. Then we've got Aphrodite, beauty, love. We got 10 plus years. It's a long cycle. Bringing something to view that you can't unsee. You've seen it and you cannot unsee it now. Okay. Kind of like time to pay the piper, or whatever, like that saying is. It's like, where you have been showing responsibility for your life, you are being rewarded now. Where you have not, things are difficult. There's usually a big wake-up call around the Saturn return where it's very difficult, like job loss and major changes like that. But looks like you have a new view. Like, maybe that's what you've just been through, right? Like, something came to your awareness, something had to crumble and change because you saw that it wasn't working. You kept yourself calm and beautiful through it, and were able to see this new view from the other side. It's affected your self-worth, how you make a living, and your possessions. And got the Aries energy, very driven, and Lilith energy. So you have been given a lot of energy for power, for getting things done, for moving forward, for being very independent, for not listening to what other people say, for being a force that can stick up for yourself. Mm. At the same time, you're embracing this calm. It's like the divine feminine became whole in this pile. It's like the darkness and the light of feminine energy. Okay. See what you got here. The song you got, and this is just anything that might be significant to tell you that this would be a relevant or important reading for you. This is just fun. The song Am I Wrong by Nico and Vins. So this person's kind of being forward, presuming that they can make something more out of meeting somebody else, like make it into a relationship, and maybe that's something that you're, seeing in your life. This is definitely a period of growth for you. You may benefit from some meditation, or you've been meditating a lot. Dancing is important and helpful. Alchemy, so doing that shadow work, bringing things up to their higher meaning. Not waiting. Knowing that this is a cycle, a spiral. This is like just another layer that you're going through of a thing you've been doing for a while. Like, I guess these are like tools. You're equipped to get this done. You have everything you need and more. You have a pie today, perhaps? Maybe it looks like a view that you've seen recently. Sunset over the city. Okay. Pile 3. Pile 3. Emotions running high, or maybe something's not clear, but you feel like you gotta get something done here, and you're looking at all the details, and you're kind of getting lost in it, and it feels really overwhelming, like you might be overthinking things. Yeah, and this may have to do with your self-expression, how you're expressing yourself in partnership with another. Something very fated going on right now. Something that has to do with your past life. You are building a bridge from one way of being to another way of being. So something you did in a past life pertaining to what you commit yourself to is now you're going to be upgrading the way you do that. Yeah, it's a karmic pattern. So a karma is just an energy that keeps on repeating, but that you've come to clear in this lifetime, and you will benefit greatly from doing so. You're being faced with another chance to do that right now. And the lesson, it's like you're just going to see things from a completely different side. And this is having to do with what you commit yourself to in your partnerships. And, it's where there's tension. There's the goddess of discord and chaos. So chaos is the space of creation. There's been tension there so that something new could be created. And your soul always meant to experience this at this time in your life. It's something that's been built into your psyche, so you needed to learn something more about yourself. And this will show on the outside. The people that know you and how you show yourself to the people you know will all be affected by this change, which has to do with the details of emotional issues, the details. I wanted to keep wanting to say the details. Yeah, it's in the details. And that might be why you've been overthinking, but really this needs to be felt with the heart. It's something you're going to feel. So maybe using empathy, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes is very, very, very relevant at this time. Okay? Right. And these are just some energies that may be relevant to you. Just to let you know that this reading is meant for you. This could be something fun. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Marvin Gaye. And Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers. Isn't that interesting? Two ain'ts. Like, all the decorum goes out the window when these guys are talking about how they feel, right? And that might be what the issue is, or that might be mirroring the issue. So think about how you get when you feel, when you express your emotions. Is there some sort of exception that you make for yourself about the way that you express yourself? Suddenly feel like Hebe is important to look up, so I'm going to do it. Hebe. So I have these asteroids in here, and I keep forgetting what the meanings are. I don't know why, but I really can't remember. And so Hebe is the daughter of Zeus and Hera, represents service, especially household or domestic service, but also related to food service. Okay, so it could have to do with how you are in service with the people that you love, the people that you're committed to, and how you feel about being in service, perhaps. But I just found it very interesting that these were both like ain't love songs. Okay, so we got chaos, and then we had Eris also, chaos. Chaos is actually really important for the situation. It's like something's changing, and it's like within that is an opportunity to see something completely different. Rebel, rebel, filter. So these could be relevant to you. Is a cage? I mean, yeah, it's a cage. These themes could just be relevant to you. Interesting. Is that like a spider web? So this could be an old issue or an abstract issue. Is it an abstract issue when we're talking about the way that you don't have decorum when you express when you're in love? How did the people that you witnessed in love communicate with each other? Was it the most appropriate and healthy way? This kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss in a way, but it's a desert. You expect not to be considered? Are you filtering yourself in such a way that is hoping to achieve something certain with the way like, are you trying to get something out of the communication? So you're doing it a certain way? Whatever it is, guys. Hope this is helpful to you. I'll see you next time.